Hey Hebrew Guru! Welcome back to the second and last part of the Hebrew Guru Phonetics Notation crash course. If you haven't watched the first part, it is important for you to watch it first. I will leave the link in the description below. You can also find it on my channel at Hebrew Guru in the HGPN playlist. In the first part of the HGPN video, we've learned about Hebrew vowels and the CCVM, the color-coded vowels method. We've learned that the Hebrew Guru logo represents the 5 Hebrew vowel sounds. We've learned how to apply the colors to Hebrew words written in English, transliteration, as well as to Hebrew words written in Hebrew. We've learned about the 2 silent consonants, Aleph and Ayin, that we use to create the A, E, I, O, U syllables, because we can't use Hebrew vowels symbols on their own. They need to have a consonant, and to be a part of a syllable, they need to have a consonant. Also, what to do when we outgrow the CCVM, transitioning into reading Hebrew. And I also answered the burning question of what hippopotamus have to do with Hebrew vowel sounds. In this video, I will share 5 good reasons to invest your precious time in learning Hebrew notation. We will learn a few fun facts, Hebrew versus English. We will also learn how to write the Hebrew letters. We'll talk a little bit about gender and the musical symbol I use to highlight phonetic stress. If you're new here, hi, I'm Rabbi Akira. Nice to meet you. Na'im meod. I'm honored to be a part of your journey to fluency in Hebrew. Before we even start learning the basic shapes of Hebrew letters and their corresponding sounds, if you simply want to test the waters first, get my free mini crash course sample workbook, which includes my comprehensive letters map and alphabet practicing sheets. You can download for free right now by clicking on the gift link below. I'd like to highlight a few good reasons to investing time in learning notation, reading and writing Hebrew. Learning how to read and write a language is just as important as learning how to speak it. While it is true that you can learn how to speak Hebrew without learning how to read and write, learning to read Hebrew can provide many benefits, both practical and personal. The first reason why it's good to learn how to read and write Hebrew: understanding Hebrew literature and culture. Being able to read Hebrew will allow you to access a wide range of Hebrew literature, from the Bible to modern literature. It will also give you an understanding of the Hebrew culture, history, and customs. Number 2, pronunciation. The Hebrew alphabet is a phonetic script, which means that the letters correspond to specific sounds. By learning the Hebrew alphabet, you will learn the correct pronunciation of Hebrew words, as the way words are spelled reflects their pronunciation. It will help you to speak Hebrew with more accuracy and fluency. Number 3, improved language skills. Reading in Hebrew will improve your vocabulary and grammar. The Hebrew grammar is based on the roots of the words and their inflection. By learning the Hebrew alphabet, you'll be able to identify the roots and inflections of the words, which will help you construct sentences correctly. Number 4, cultural and religious connection. Hebrew is a rich and ancient language. It's the language of the Bible, of Jewish prayers, and it's used in modern Israel as well. By learning the Hebrew alphabet, you'll be able to access Hebrew culture and literature. This will help you to understand the culture and to communicate more effectively with native Hebrew speakers, and will give you a deeper connection to Jewish culture and religion. Number 5, personal satisfaction. Learning to read Hebrew can be a challenging and rewarding experience. The satisfaction of being able to read and understand Hebrew text is immense. In summary, learning the Hebrew alphabet can help you become fluent in speaking Hebrew by providing a foundation for reading Hebrew text, understanding Hebrew vocabulary and grammar, and providing you with a deeper connection to Jewish culture, religion, and personal satisfaction, as it will open up a whole new world of opportunities for you to explore. If you've got Hebrew Express, the ultimate crash course, Speak Hebrew with Confidence in 6 Steps, we're now on step 3, and we'll be using pages 9 through 30. If you simply want to test the waters first, get my free mini crash course sample workbook, which includes my comprehensive letters map and alphabet practicing sheets. Unlock the door to fluency in Hebrew. English letters and Hebrew letters are different scripts used to write different languages. Hebrew versus English. Here are 5 fun facts. 1. English uses the Latin alphabet, which consists of 26 letters, while Hebrew uses the Hebrew alphabet, which consists of 22 letters. 2. The Hebrew alphabet consists primarily of consonants, with vowels indicated by marks above or below the letters, rather than by separate letters. The English alphabet consisting of separate letters for both consonants and vowels. 3. English has different capital and lowercase letters. Hebrew doesn't have capital letters. 4. Hebrew is written from right to left, while English is written from left to right. 5. Hebrew is a phonetic language. This means that the spelling of a word is directly related to its pronunciation. Sweet, and this is the key. English is not a phonetic language, which means that the way words are spelled doesn't always match the way they are pronounced. This can make it difficult for non-native speakers to learn and for native speakers to read and spell words correctly. Well, you're not going to have this problem when learning how to read and write and speak Hebrew. So far, we've listed 5 good reasons for learning Hebrew notation. Then we've learned about the 5 key differences between Hebrew letters and the English letters. And now we will go to the HGPN letters and vowels map in the free workbook, which you can get by clicking the gift link in the description. Whether you're a beginner or have some experience with the language, I'm here to support you on your journey to becoming a Hebrew guru with my Hebrew Made Easy courses, books, videos, and more. Before we'll practice writing the Hebrew letters, let's explore the HGPN letters and vowels map. The Hebrew alphabet, also known as the alphabet, consists of 22 letters. Okay, technically speaking, we have 22 Hebrew letters, as you can see and count on the top of the page. Reading from right to left, we have Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey, Vav, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, Pe, Tzadi, Kof, Resh, Shin, Taf. We actually have 31 letters shapes when we add final letters, etc. The only thing I'd like for you to master is the 31 letters, shapes, and sounds. As you already know, you don't need to worry about the Hebrew vowels, shapes, and sounds. I've got you covered with the CCVM, with the color-coded vowels method, where all the vowel symbols are written in colors: aqua, red, green, orange, and blue, and guiding you to read Hebrew accurately and independently. Now, in this map, to make it easier, I've divided the 31 letters shapes into 3 groups of 10, 10, and 11. I've also added non-Hebrew sounds: ja, ja, cha, and wa, and the vowel symbols and colors at the bottom of the page. Now let's take a closer look. We have 22 Hebrew consonants, 31 letters shapes that I've divided into 3 groups of 10, 10, and 11. We're going to explore it soon. And we have 5 vowel sounds. Now I'd like for you to listen as I read the Hebrew letters from right to left. You don't need to know the names of the Hebrew letters just yet. Just listen. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Daled, He, Vav, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, Pe, Tzadi, Kof, Resh, Shin, Tav. In the first group, we have the following letters, reading from right to left: B, Bet, G, Gimel, D, Dalet, H, He, Z, Zain, Y, Yod, L, Lamed, P, Pe, R, Resh, sh, sh sound, shin. In the second group, we have letter sets that have different shapes but the same sound. Starting from right to left, V, vet, vav, K, kaf, kof, S, samech, sin, T, tet, tav, A, aleph, and ein. The aleph and ein are silent letters. Different from English, Hebrew vowels make no sound unless they are related to a consonant. So if you want to create the sounds a, e, I, o, u in Hebrew, you need to use a silent consonant like aleph or ein with each of those vowels. In the third group, we have 5 letters that change their form when they appear at the end of a word. First, let's hear the sounds, starting reading from right to left, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about it. So the first one that we have here on the right-hand side is the ch sound, which we don't have in English. We have chaf, chet, and chaf sofit, final chaf. M. We have mem and mem sofit, final mem. We have nun, n, nun, and nun sofit, f, fei, and fei sofit, final fei. And we have ts or tz, ts like rats, tzadi and tzadi sofit, final tzadi. Now let's talk a little bit about the final forms. These are the letters that are used at the end of a word and change the meaning of a word. The Hebrew language has 5 final letters, which are called sofit forms. Chaf sofit, mem sofit, nun sofit, fei sofit, and tzadi sofit. These letters are added to the end of a word to indicate a change in the word's grammatical form or meaning. For example, chaf sofit. Chaf sofit is used at the end of a word to indicate the masculine singular possessive form of nouns. Mem sofit is used to indicate the plural form of nouns. For example, the singular form of the word book is sefer, and the plural form is sfarim. Sefer, book, sfarim, books. It is important to note that these letters change the meaning of grammatical form of the word without changing the pronunciation. Now I would like to point out a few English sounds that do not exist in Hebrew. To create the non-Hebrew sounds like J and J, Ch, we simply add an apostrophe above certain letters. So on the right-hand side, we can see the J sound, as in jar and joke and Jacob. The Hebrew letter Gimel is used to write the sound G, as in goat, Gimel. With an apostrophe, it changes the sound to J, as in Jack, Jacob, giraffe. The J sound, as in measure and treasure, doesn't exist in Hebrew. The Hebrew letter Zayin is used to write the sound Z in Hebrew. With an apostrophe, it changes the sound to J, as in the word measure, treasure, beige, etc. The CH sound, as in Charlie and chicken, doesn't exist in Hebrew. Tzadi is used to write the sound TZ in Hebrew. Ts, like in pizza. With an apostrophe, it changes the sound to ch, as in Charlie and chicken. The W sound, as in we and when, doesn't exist in Hebrew. The Hebrew letter Vav is used to write the sound V in Hebrew. When we use 2 Vav letters in a row, we create the Wa sound, the W sound, like in the word wow. Next on our map, we have the 5 Hebrew vowels. I've created an entire video dedicated to the Hebrew vowels, which you can find on YouTube at Hebrew Guru /playlist/HGPN. But I will briefly summarize what we've already learned. One of the main differences between English and Hebrew is that Hebrew is more predictable in terms of pronunciation. English vowels can change their sound depending on the context, whereas in Hebrew, each vowel sound is always pronounced the same way. The Hebrew Guru Phonetics Notation HGPN method makes use of the color-coded vowels method, the CCVM, to help bridge the gap between the two languages and make learning Hebrew as easy as possible for English speakers. The CCVM assigns specific colors to each Hebrew vowel sound, making it easier to identify the correct pronunciation of a word even if you don't know the Hebrew letters. The Hebrew Guru logo represents the 5 Hebrew vowel sounds. Unlike English, Hebrew vowels are indicated by dots and dashes below and above the letters. Different from English, vowels make no sound unless they are related to a consonant. To make the sounds a, e, I, o, u in Hebrew, there is a need to use a silent consonant, aleph or ayin, with each of those vowels. Before we start practicing the Hebrew letters, I'd like to highlight one more thing regarding the vowels map. The X represents a Hebrew letter. You can see that the vowel symbols can be above or below the letters. We have more than one vowel symbol for each sound. So if you take a look at the aqua, we have 3 different vowel symbols. For the red, e, we have 4 different vowel symbols. For the E, we have 2 vowel symbols. For the orange, we have 4 symbols. For the blue, we have 2 different symbols. The good news is that when you're using the CCVM, the color-coded vowels method, you don't really need to remember all the different shapes of the vowels. You simply rely on the color, aqua, red, green, orange, and blue, to guide you, and you'll be able to read accurately, independently, and fluently. If I have an aqua vowel symbol attached to a letter, depending on the letter sound, I'll pronounce it as a, ba, ga, da, ha, va, za, cha. If I have a red vowel symbol attached to a letter, depending on the letter sound, I'll pronounce it as e, be, ge, de, he, ve, ze, che. If I have a green vowel symbol attached to a letter, depending on the letter sound, I'll pronounce it as green, e, b, gi, di, he, vi, zi, chi, etc. If I have an orange vowel symbol attached to a letter, depending on the letter sound, I'll pronounce it as o, orange, o, bo, go, do, ho, vo, zo, ho, etc. If I have a blue vowel symbol attached to a letter, depending on the letter sound, I'll pronounce it as u, bu, gu, du, hu, vu, etc. Next, we will practice writing Hebrew using our printed sheets from the Hebrew Made Easy workbook, which you can download for free using the gift link in the description. By the way, this is more of a fast-paced introduction to Hebrew alphabet. If you really want to dive deeper, check out my book series Learn to Read Hebrew in 18 Steps on HebrewGuru.com. Next, I'll share a video showing you how to write the Hebrew letters in alphabetical order. Watch it first, then watch it again. Pause the video after each letter. Find the letter that you just saw on the video on your sheet. Trace it a few times before you move on to the next letter on the video. Remember, repetition is the key, and our goal is to feel comfortable with the Hebrew letters and to master them. You can do it. Let's do it. First, you're going to watch me write all the Hebrew alphabet. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, P, Tzadi, Kof, Resh, Shin, Tav. Now you're going to watch it again, and you're going to pause after Aleph, and you're going to go and find the Aleph on your printed sheets, and you're going to trace all the Alephs. Then you're going to go back to the video, and you're going to move on to Bet. That's a Bet. You're going to pause, and you're going to go for the Bet. You're going to find it on your sheets, and you're going to practice it, and so on. In the video, I'm showing you how to write 22 letters, the 22 basic letters. In the practicing sheets, you have 31 letters shapes, right? If we include the final letters and different variations that we already talked about. So you can trace all of them. In the video, you're just going to see 22 Hebrew letters that I'm writing. Okay? Enjoy! If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell to stay updated with more exciting upcoming videos. Sharing is caring, so please share. It will help me reach more people like you and I. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, He, Vav, Zain, Chet, Tet, Yod, Kaf, Lamed, Mem, Nun, Samech, Ain, Pe, Tzadi, Kof, Resh, Shin, Tav. If you really want to dive deeper, check out my book series, Learn to Read Hebrew in 18 Steps on HebrewGuru.com.
Now you'll say out loud the names of the Hebrew letters.
Let's talk about stress. I hope you relaxed as I'm referring to the musical symbol I use to highlight phonetic stress. Before you'll get a chance to practice saying 18 words in Hebrew with real-time evaluation, in addition to paying attention to the 5 Hebrew vowel sounds, it is also important to pay attention to the stress and intonation when speaking Hebrew. Each word has a specific stress pattern, and it is essential to learn and practice this pattern in order to sound like a native Hebrew speaker. Being a musician, on top of being a Hebrew teacher, I thought it would be fun to use the music accent symbol to indicate phonetic stress in written Hebrew. The symbol, in addition to showing you how to correctly pronounce Hebrew words, will also remind you the direction you need to read Hebrew, which is from right to left. So the phonetic stress we have in the word shalom goes on the second syllable. It's shalom, not shalom. The same goes with cafe. It goes on the second syllable, cafe, as opposed to cafe. Now with chocolate, we can either say chocolate or chocolade. Abba instead of abba. Salat, the stress falls on the second syllable instead of salad, right? Salat. Avocado, not avocado, right? So the stress is very important when we want to pronounce words accurately. Abba, salat, avocado. Now we will practice saying 18 words in Hebrew, one at a time, by watching the video and saying each word out loud before the countdown ends. Then you listen to me saying the word and you'll compare your pronunciation to mine to determine if you pronounce the word correctly. Ready? Let's go. Banana. Pasta. Salat. Abba. Ken. Lechem. Kelev. Cafe. Guitarra. Ani. Ima. Pizza. Lo. Shalom. Chocolate or chocolate. música. Avocado. Last one. Tupim. As you can see, the CCVM makes it easy to identify the correct pronunciation of Hebrew words, even if you don't know the Hebrew letters. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. With practice, you'll be able to speak Hebrew with confidence and fluency. Remember that the HGPN and CCVM are here to help you along the way. Practice makes perfect, and with the CCVM color-coded vowels method tool, you'll find the process of learning Hebrew more enjoyable and efficient. If you're ready to take your Hebrew language skills to the next level, don't forget to grab your free
Hebrew Express
Speak Hebrew in 6 Steps crash course. I'll leave the link in the description below. For more information about my book series, Learn to Read Hebrew in 18 Steps, go to HebrewGuru.com. Thank you for watching part 2 of the HGPN crash course. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe. It will help me reach more people like you and I. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to stay updated with more exciting upcoming videos. Check out my other videos. Until we meet again, lehitraot, sending many blessings your way.